Chapter 57:26. The dark roll of the Wuji realm was relative to the white roll of the righteous sects. The Righteous Path's whitelist was a place for the Righteous Path people to openly issue missions. The so-called Righteous Path and Evil Path could not coexist, so the missions on the whitelist were all targeted at those Evil Path cultivators. What missions were posted on the whitelist, and what rewards one could obtain after completing the mission, these were all public information that could be found. The dark roll was much more mysterious. No one knew who started the dark roll, but no one dared to underestimate the power behind the dark roll. Someone had once posted a mission on the dark roll. Someone had completed the mission, but the person who posted the mission wanted to renege on his promise. However, on the very next day, the guy who wanted to renege on his debt had his entire family annihilated. From then on, no one dared to renege on the dark roll. Just as Dongyue Shue'er escorted hegemonic war god out of Skyleap City, a mission appeared on the extreme east darkboard. Someone wanted Dongyue Shue'er's life. The character reward was either a holy weapon or a divine medicine that could bring the dead back to life. The silent dark roll immediately became lively, because whoever killed Dongyue Shue'er would get the reward. At this moment, there were many people who wanted Dongyue Shue'er dead. The bandits of Black God Ridge immediately took action when they received the news. Who would have thought that the Wild King of the Black God Ridge would not only fail to kill Dongyue Shue'er, he was even sent flying with 2 punches. He even lost his signature machete. This time, Wild King's face had been completely thrown away. When Wild King escaped back to the Black God Ridge, the leader of the Black God Ridge immediately smashed his cup. The dignified killing god of the Black God Ridge was actually defeated with just 2 punches. Does my Black God Ridge not want face? The Black God Ridge boss brought the 13 Black God Ridge bandits down the mountain. As the most powerful bandit organization in the East Moon Empire, the movements of the Black God Ridge were all monitored by the various factions. The boss of the Black Deity Ridge directly led the 13 great bandits of the Black Deity Ridge down the mountain. The news spread, and all the major forces of the East Moon Empire were shocked, especially the East Moon Empire. Investigate for me. I want to know what these fellows are up to. In the Imperial Palace of the East Moon Royal Capital, the Imperial Lord sat on the throne in the Great Discussion Hall and roared at the people kneeling before him. Imperial Lord, there's no need to investigate. Those fellows from the Black God Ridge have come out in full force, so they're definitely targeting Her Highness. A divine general kneeling on one knee below the throne said with a solemn expression. What? Royal Lord East Moon exploded when he heard that. Long Xiangyu, since you know that those bandits are after Shue'er, why are you still here? Could it be that even you are unwilling to see Shue'er return to the imperial capital? Overlord East Moon roared furiously at the divine general kneeling before him. Your Majesty, this subordinate has already dispatched the Yue guards. Long Xiangyu said unhurriedly. Faced with the enraged Royal Lord East Moon, he remained calm and composed. That was because he knew his value very well. Overlord East Moon would never touch him no matter what, because not only was he a godhood cultivator, but he also controlled the Yue Moon Guards. The Yue Guards were a mysterious force in the East Moon Empire. These Yue Guards were like ghosts, infiltrating every corner of the imperial capital and monitoring all sounds in the capital. Therefore, the Yue Guards were the secret agents of Overlord East Moon. It was precisely because of the existence of the Yue Guards that none of the officials of the East Moon Empire dared to act recklessly. This was because there were many pairs of eyes watching them from the shadows. When Overlord East Moon heard that Long Xiangyu had already sent out the Yue Guards, his fury subsided significantly. You get out of here and welcome Shue'er as well. Overlord East Moon ordered loudly. Yes, Your Majesty. Long Xiangyu directly retreated. All of you, get out of here. Overlord East Moon roared at the officials in the Great Hall. The officials in the hall all retreated out of the hall in fear. Very soon, only the East Moon Emperor remained seated on the high throne in the hall. Should I ask the ancestor to take action? Overlord East Moon pondered. At this time, everyone who wanted to obtain the reward of the Dark Roll mission was gathering at where Dongyue Shue'er was. They all wanted to kill her on her way back to the imperial capital. However, when the news of Wild King's defeat and escape spread, some people began to give up. Even someone as powerful as Wild King almost died in Dongyue Shui's hands. Those who believed that their cultivation and battle prowess were inferior to Wild King naturally did not dare to have any ideas about Dongyue Shui. Doing something that was clearly impossible was stupid and courting death. Those who could cultivate to the heavenly realm or godly realm were all extremely shrewd existences. Only those who believed that their cultivation and battle prowess were no weaker than Wild King were qualified to have any ideas about Dongyue Shui. It was very difficult to survive in the cultivation world without any self-awareness. At this time, Dongyue Shui received a flying sword message. Then, she felt terrible. Someone actually posted a mission to kill her on the dark roll. And the reward was a sacred tool. That was a saint artifact. Sacred tools were Dao tools that only saints could wield. The saints were the strongest existences below the peerless realm. There were only a few peerless realm supremes in the entire realm of Unbounded. Some people would never have the chance to meet them in their entire lives. But the saints were different. In the realm of Unbounded, there were many saints. Without the peerless realm, the saints were undefeatable. Even a sage realm expert couldn't resist the temptation of a sage tool. If a powerful saint were to make a move, then wouldn't she be dead? Thinking of this, Dongyue Shui could no longer stay calm. She was not sure if Fatty and Wang Zhan could take on a saint. We'll deal with whatever comes our way. Who cares? I'm going to return to the Imperial City in style and give those fellows a hard slap in the face. Dongyue Shui's eyes were filled with determination. After eating and drinking, they continued on their way. Although a troop of thousands of people was very eye-catching, it had a fatal weakness, and that was that they couldn't move too fast, because they couldn't move fast at all. Gu Fei was riding on the horned fire tiger, which was very eye-catching in the group. However, he directly sat cross-legged on the back of the horned fire tiger, closed his eyes, and seemed to be cultivating. Actually, he was sleeping. The horned fire tiger carefully carried Gu Fei on its back and used its fire spiritual energy to form a fiery seat. Gu Fei sat cross-legged on the fiery throne, feeling warm and comfortable. When Dongyue Shui saw this, she gnashed her teeth in hatred. When this horned fire tiger was her mount, she did not receive such treatment. Sister, your brother is hungry. Hurry up and give me something to eat. Dongyue Yuanliang suddenly shouted at Dongyue Shui. Then what do you want to eat, my good second brother? Dongyue Shui rode to Dongyue Yuanliang's carriage. Do you even need to ask? Bring me some good wine and meat. Dongyue Yuanliang cursed. He was now locked in the carriage, with an overlord war god lying beside him. He was in a sorry state. He hated Dongyue Shui to the core. Get him something to eat. Dongyue Shui said to the guard beside her, Yang Fei Yun. They were siblings after all. Although they had the same father but different mothers, if anything happened to Dongyue Yuanliang, she would be in trouble too. Yes, your highness. Yang Fei Yun quickly went to get the food. Dongyue Shui left after giving the order. Your highness, it's bad. His second highness is dead? But soon, Yang Fei Yun rushed to Dongyue Shui's side in a panic. His face was pale and his voice was trembling. What? You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.